Okay. Hi, I'm Phillip Pugh, and today I am interviewing Univ, the librarian, and um, let's get started. Can you explain what your role is at the university?
I'm the head of reference, which means that I am the head of the reference department at the Carnegie Library. And the reference department is responsible for helping students here at the reference desk in the IC, as well as teaching classes for students to help them work on their research projects, supporting faculty members in their own research, and choosing the books and the journals and the online databases that we're going to buy in the library.
Okay. And why did you choose to work at Loyola?
Well, I had moved to Loyola, I moved to Chicago, so I was looking for a job at one of the libraries here, and so in some places the timing worked out because the job that fit my research interest was available. And it works out well for me because it's a library that it's sort of like a nice size. It's not too big and not too small. You get to do a lot of work with faculty. Sometimes at bigger universities you don't get to do as much work like that, so it's a good fit for me.
Okay. Loyola identifies 4 core values as essential parts of its education: understanding diversity in the United States or the world, understanding and promoting justice, understanding spirituality or faith in action in the world, and promoting civic engagement or leadership. Could you elaborate on one of them and tell me a bit why you feel it's important and or relevant to your life and your work?
Sure. I think that the Loyola's mission related to social justice is really relevant to the work that we do in the library and the work that reference librarians do with students. Because one of the things that we focus on is knowing how to find the information that's needed to make good choices, and how to understand all of the conditions that go into creating and delivering information to us. A lot of the times we want to make sure that we're making good decisions that promote social justice. That means that we have to have certain kinds of information, and we have to know sort of where it came from. We think about this a lot during campaign seasons, but it's true all the time. The information is filtered and edited and biased. It comes to us in a lot of different ways. So one of the major jobs of the library is to make sure that students learn how to find that information in a purer form, and how to recognize those biases, and how to know how to make those judgments yourself, so that students are able to go out and really be informed in a way that lets them make good choices and promote social justice and whatever it is that they're doing.
Okay, and why do you feel it's important or relevant for students at Loyola to learn about this value?
Oh, well gosh, for so many reasons. I mean, I guess in some ways social justice kind of seems like a value in and of itself, like it just seems like a good thing anyway, but it's really true that this is something that doesn't happen unless people make an effort to do it. If we don't make an effort to make sure that we're making choices that are keeping the social justice of others in mind, it's not going to happen. It has to be done intentionally, and so we have to intentionally think about the choices we make in how we select our information, and the choices we make and how we act, and how we buy things, how we decide what countries to travel to. All of these things happen very intentionally, and if we just sort of hope that everyone will be nice, it's really not going to happen. So it's important that we teach that really deliberately.
Okay. What is the best thing that you've experienced at Loyola University?
This maybe sounds cheesy, but I really like the students at Loyola. I've worked at other libraries and other universities, and I feel like the students here are really hardworking. Sometimes, not everyone's perfect, but in general, I find that the students who come to the reference desk are not coming because they're looking for someone to do the work for them, which is something I've encountered at other schools. Instead, if I say, you have to do this, and this to find the person you're looking for, I find that students at Loyola say, okay, great, tell me where to go and I'll do it, as opposed to saying, oh, that's way too hard, I don't want to do that, which is something I've encountered in other places. So that, for me, has been a really great part of being at Loyola.
Okay. And last question, if there were anything you could change, what would you change about Loyola and why?
That's a great question. I mean, there's lots of, there's always sort of little complaints. I guess, well, really, if I could page one thing about Loyola, it would be the climate in this building, which is always so hot or so cold. And I spend hours in this building, so I would really love it to be more comfortable. But that's kind of superficial. I guess if I could change one thing that's more sort of fundamental, I think that maybe there are ways in which Loyola has a really sort of top-down structure. I think that there are some organizations that make decision-making at more of a sort of a spread-out way, and more people feel involved in the decision-making. That's hard to do in a big university, but I guess in sort of an ideal world, I would like to see more of that at Loyola.
Okay. And that concludes the interview, so thank you for letting me interview you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.